Hey, greetings, folks. All right, so the next topic we're going to look at is the four elements and the way those elements relate to the spirit. So let's say we're looking at water element, and you want to develop the water pillar, and you look at the physical aspects of that water element, the astral aspects of the water element, the mental aspects of the water element, and the Akashic aspects. When you align that to your body, you want to have a certain degree of resonance in that tuning fork between the physical, astral, mental, and Akasha. So in the Akasha, we've got universal love. In the mental body, it's how that universal love manifests through the awareness. So you have not only the feeling of love, but also the feeling of omnipresence, that you're connected to everything. And it's only through that connection, which is an aspect of earth, that one can actually feel universal love. So we align that feeling quality of consciousness through the mental. We bring it into the astral, and that's where compassion arises, where there's a sense of care for others, where there's a sense of desire to share knowledge, where there's a sense of a deep, profound wish for people to evolve and develop themselves spiritually for ascension. And then when we look at the physical aspect of love, the near enemy of love is lust. And this is where many practices will fall into lust, and 100% of practices have to guard against it, because it's hardwired into our physiology. So once you know the points in which you're weak in relation to your sexual desire, you need to align those energies up to the crown. So you take those sexual energies, you relax them up through your astral personality, through your mental personality, through the Akasha, into that universal love. And then you reflect back down the line those frequencies of the water element. Now you can steer them a little bit. Let's say you're in a relationship with someone, then you're going to transform the water element within them up through their intuitive nature, through their caring nature, up through their connectedness to their environment, up into that aspect of the universal quality of love. And you can steer it through, let's say if you're working on developing a specific type of water element intuition, you can transform it through that intuition as you raise frequency. So there's a certain degree of variability within the elemental quality that you're doing 3 transformations through to bring it up through the crown. The most important part is that the physical is inside of time and space, the astral is released of time, the mental is released of space, and then the Akasha is the infinity quality. And as you do these releases and you steer the energy through qualities you want to refine and develop, you're going to find that as you align the crown through the bodies to the physical body and then to the earth, that synchronicity that takes place will generate changes in each of the bodies, not just one. So your physical sexual conduct will be better, your astral conduct will align, your mental conduct will align, your state of consciousness in the mental body becomes more harmonized, and that universal love frequency, you resonate with it in Akasha. Now this needs to be done on all of the 4 pillars. What I suggest to students is to look at the Kabbalistic letters and categorize all the air element letters to air and fire to fire in categories, and then look at the physical, astral, mental qualities of those letters and run it through each letter and look at what your needs are. So do all the air letters and the fire letters and align a quality within the influence of that letter and run it up to the crown. Now when it reaches the crown, they're going to move through the principle of that letter. So if you're running it through air element, sky blue, the insight mind is going to be activated, and the principle of the insight mind will begin to reflect through the mental, astral, and physical experience. If you're doing the letter J in a water element, it'll reflect through a type of universal love, insight, and understanding. If you're doing the letter Z, it'll reflect through peak performance and the physical, gifts of the arts and the astral, and so forth. So you can write down the causation chain, the synchronicity of each letter, and then attune it to the crown, to through the principle what that letter represents, to its universal quality, between those four qualities. The Akasha frequencies and the principles they represent, you want to put that in a circle around you. That is your magic circle. So when you're developing the letter E, and then you're developing the U and umlaut O and so forth, as you go through each of these Akasha letters, is a huge benefit in putting each one of them into your magic circle, because that's going to give you a very, very, very strong connection to divinity. Okay, so there's a few people coming, so I'll leave this video here, and see everyone on the next video.